Hello students, good afternoon. Okay, I hope all of you are fine. Today let's start 11 commerce class and its economics class. Okay, today I will start your third chapter, organization of data. Okay, so let's start today's class. Only Devargo is present in the class. Where are others? Okay. So, I hope all of you already seen your revised syllabus. Your syllabus has changed some topics from your syllabus. Okay, this is already given in the CBSE website. Okay, so if you can't get all these are, so next day I will give. Okay. So today's topic is organization of data, and this is in your syllabus. This one not removed. Okay. So what is the organization of data? The statistics in a singular sense, we learn there are some steps. Okay. Collection of data, organization of data, then analysis of data, then interpret. Okay. So, this is our second method or second process. Okay. After collecting the data, whatever we collect, this data when we systematically arrange, this process is called the organization of data. Understood? Devargo, understood? Reply me. So, organization of data refers systematically arrange collected data. Yes. So, after collection, whatever we collected in a numerical forms, when we arrange in a systematically manner, this process is called organization of data. Okay. Now, this data when we organize this data, we divide into some classes. Okay. So, the one important method of organization of data is distributed there into different classes on basis of their characteristics. If I give one example, if I collected the data from one village, there are 2000 families. So I collected their income, the data related to income and expenses, saving. So if I not arrange this data in a systematic manner, then I can't understood. Okay. Because why? Because who earn above rupees 20,000, who earn rupees 5,000 and who earn less. So when if person A earn rupees 20,000, okay, similarly person B earn rupees 50,000. So whatever their income, these incomes or these data we arrange in a proper form. This is called this process, this is one of the method of the organization of data, is the classification of data. So what is the classification? Classification is the process arranging things in group or classes according to their characteristics. Okay. So we can divide the data in different groups. Okay. For example, if the basis of the education, how many persons are educated or how many persons are uneducated. Okay. So by this characteristics or by this information we can arrange the data in a proper form, and this there are some objective of this classification. Okay. So classification is one of the process of the organization of the data. Classification. So classification is the important method of organization of data. Clear? Okay. Next, there are some objectives of this classification. Let's see. So classification is the important method of organization of data. Next, see what are the objectives of classification. There are some objectives like brief and simple, utility, distinctiveness, comparability, scientific arrangement and attractive and effective. So let's see what are the objectives of classification. So first one is brief and simple. So what is the meaning of brief and simple? Main objectives of classification is to present data in a form that appears to be brief and simple. So the main objectives, why we classify the data? Because the data is to be understandable, simply understandable to all. That's why we organize or classify the data. Okay, clear? So first objective is brief and simple. Next one is utility. So whatever the data we arrange in a systematic way, so obviously from this data enhances the utility of the collected the data. Obviously this data represents some information, and from information we get some utility of that data. So that's why, and also this data gives the similarity within the, if there are the, okay, see chapter number 3, organization of data. Okay, now is book not with me, that's why I am not sure the page number, what is the actual page number. See, there is given classification of data. See, under the classification of data is given. See the point in the book. So whatever data we collected, obviously this data has some utility. So that's why by the classification we can easily get the utility of that particular data. Okay. Next one is the distinctiveness. Distinctiveness. Okay. So classification renders obvious difference among the data more distinctly. So whatever is the diversification are given in the data, by this classification it is clear to among the data distinctly. Okay, it is clearly shown to all. This is one objective of the classification. Now, comparatively, fourth, so by the classification of data, we can easily compare the differences between the data. Okay, if one data shows the income above 20,000 or another data shows the income less than 5,000. So various type of data from the classification we can easily get the, or we can easily compare between this data. Clear? Okay. Next one, scientific arrangement. Yes, when we classify the data, it should be scientific. Okay, because the classification facilitates arrangement of data scientific manner, within increases their reliability. Okay, that means if the data obviously given, if we show particular year with its production, then we start from the first. Okay, from which year we counted the total sale or total production of the any particular product. Okay, so that's why when we arrange the data, it should be in a scientific way. So next one is scientific arrangement. Okay. Next one is the attractive and effective. So, when we make or the data put in a one classification, so the data or this classification should be attractive and effective. Why? Because from this classification easily anyone can get understood whatever the information is given from the following data. Clear? Okay, next we learn the characteristics of classification of data or characteristics of good classification. Okay. So, first characteristics of good classification is the comprehensiveness. What? It is comprehensiveness. That means the classification of the, so when the data we collected, this data is obviously called the raw data. So, this raw data should be so comprehensive and each and every item of the data gets into some group or class. Okay. So, no item should be left out. So, each and every data we put in a we have to put in a classification. So, this is comprehensiveness, the data whatever we collected, the data, all the data, all the information or all the numerical information in forms of data should be comprehensive, or we have to put in a classification. No data or any data not be left out, okay, or any data, no item should be left out. Each and every item we have to put into the classification. Okay, see as an example, here number of person and here, or number of students, okay, and here their height. So, 10 student height is 5 foot. Next, the 12th student is 5 feet 2 inches. So, each and every item we have to put in a classification. Okay. Okay. So, next characteristics is the clarity. So, classification of raw data into classes should be absolutely clear and simple. Whatever the information shown by the classification, it must be clear to all people who can easily get understand from this table or any graph. Okay. Next, homogeneity. So, homogeneity, that means all the item in a group should be similar, should be homogeneous or similar. If in one group, if group A, there are 10 students and height of the each student is 5 foot. Okay. So, not more than 5 or less than 5. So, each and the data or the data related with the each and every item in a particular group should be similar or homogeneous. Clear? Next one is suitability. Okay. So, the composition of classes must be suit objectives of inquiry. If we see one example, okay, if we determine the data, income and expenditure of students in a school, their classification on the basis of weight or marital status, okay. So, these are not possible, okay. It is possible when we give any data related with students, okay, it may be or it should be related to their results, related to their weight, related to their heights or marks any particular subject. So, the related information of the particular item. So, obviously, the data or the classification which are suit to the data. Okay. Next one is the stability. So, stability means the particular kind of investigation should be based on the same set of classification. This base should not change with the each investigation. When we investigate or investigate for collecting data, so investigation also must be same way for the collecting the all data or to the all respondents. Next one is number 6, elastic. So, when in a one table I will give some data. So, when I need to change any one information from this table or any particular data from this table, we can easily change from the classification. So, the classification or the good characteristics of classification is that when the data are or the there should be the scope of change in the classification, okay, or depending on the change of purpose or objective of the study. If we need to change the particular data from the classification, then we can, okay. So, these are the particular or the characteristics of good classification. Next, we come to the basis of the classification. So there are some types of the classification. First one is the geographical classification, chronological classification, qualitative classification or quantitative classification. So write down these are geographical, classification, chronological classification, next one is qualitative, and next one is qualitative, and another one is the quantitative classification. So geographical classification means, okay, yes, explain. Okay, so under the geographical classification, and there is the another name of the geographical classification is the spatial classification. See, in your book is given spatial classification. This means the classification of the data based on the geographical or locational differences of the data. That means whatever number of farms, okay, in Punjab there are 30 number of farms, in Haryana there are 20 number of farms, in West Bengal there are 10 number of farms. So when the data related with the particular places or particular location, this type of classification we can say the geographical classification or spatial classification. Okay. Punjab, okay. Name of the place and number of farms, 30 farms. Okay. Kerala, 20 farms. West Bengal, 10 farms. So like this. So when the data related with the particular location or places, this type of data we can say geographical data or the geographical classification or the spatial classification. Okay, so student, so today I will stop here. So up to this, anyone having any confusion, any queries? Devargo? Okay, so next class, in the next class I will continue this chapter and this classification. So your next class accountancy, sir? Okay, so your class, next class is accountancy, so all are present in the online. Okay, so for today, thank you.
আর নাইনটা কোথায় হবে?